This is Book Talk with Corbin, and I am your host. Today we're going to do part of my ongoing series to black women, to the black woman. And it's a part of a series I do. I focus on or I encourage black women to build wealth and create passive income. Build wealth and create passive income. And I wanted to do this series because I'd read an article where it said that, first of all, they're talking about the so-called racial wealth gap in the United States of America that exists between white Americans and black Americans. And then within that article, they talk about how black women with children, single black mothers, at the lowest end of the totem pole. Many of them are registering almost no wealth whatsoever. And the fact of the matter is, part of the problem is that we keep whining and crying about things that have happened in the past. It's done. And we need to start dealing with, okay, we've studied and analyzed the past. Now, starting today, moving forward, what's our game plan? What are we going to do? What's our objective? And what I'm saying to black women is the objective is building wealth and creating passive income. Period. You can sit around and talk about past historical wrongs from now till the cows come home. That's not going to change anything. Can't change the past. And people have different interpretations of the past too. It's just not going to work. It's not worth it. You need to stop it. I'm not saying stop studying history. You should study history. But when you study history, study all of it. Study all of it and understand that people have, scholars always have different historical interpretations. But this day forward, black women need to be focused on building wealth and creating passive income. As I said in prior podcasts, you've got to understand what constitutes wealth. What constitutes wealth is when you own more than you owe. Period. Own, O-W-N, more than you owe, O-W-E. And what you need to own more of are assets, A-S-S-E-T-S. I said assets. Those are financial instruments. I'm not talking about you shaking your booty and showing your booty on TikTok or whatever, or loose or tight-fitting clothing. I'm talking about assets that count. A-S-S-E-T-S. Your rear end, your body, is not an asset per se. I guess it could be, but let's just avoid that. Let's just stay away from that. Leave that to the women who. That's what they got to do. That's what they got to do. But that's not for the majority of black women. Majority of black women, you're too talented for that. You got too much going for you for that. And the bottom line, that might get you some riches, but it won't help you build wealth or create passive income. Definitely won't help you create passive income. Period. What's an asset? It's a financial instrument that puts money in your pocket. Let me repeat that. What's an asset? It's a financial instrument that puts money in your pocket. I'm going to quickly talk about two financial assets. One of them are common stocks. The other one is real estate. Let's quickly talk about real estate. Owning a house, buying a house is not necessarily an asset. It's a liability. It's taking money out of your pocket. You don't think so? Well, taxes, maintenance, emergency repairs, mortgage, interest on the mortgage loan, etc. It's taking money out of your pocket. Now, I'm not saying that's good. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying, understand, that house is taking money out of your pocket. It's a liability. That house becomes an asset if you should decide, you know what, I'm going to go live somewhere else. I'm going to rent this apartment or this house or this condo out. And then someone's going to pay me to live in it. And usually payments are made every month. Now that house, real estate, is become an asset, is moved from being a liability to becoming an asset. It also can become an asset once you sell it And what's owed on the property, you subtract that from what you got from selling the property. That's your profit. Now, it's the second way it's an asset. It's putting money in your pocket. So you can put money in your pocket after you've sold it, and hopefully sold it at a profit, or it's put money in your pocket when you rented it out and you had that monthly income come in. Buying property, fixing it up, renting it out, or fixing it up and selling it, that's an asset. Okay? That's an asset. I don't care. Like you have some of these professional athletes out here. I'm going to buy mama a house. Well, that's really a wonderful thing. God bless you for doing that. Seriously. I wish I could have done that. But then they quickly learn that buying their mama a house was liability. Because you got to maintain it. Repairs, emergency repairs, etc. It's a different matter if they say, you know what? I bought these 3 pieces of property here. I fixed it up. And we're renting it out. Got a company that's managing the property. Only thing I got to do is accept the checks. And I'm going to pass this over to my mother. You pass over to your mother an asset, not a liability. Here's other assets you can buy, you should buy immediately. It is common stocks, particularly dividend-paying stocks. Okay? There are 2 ways you make money with stocks, dividend stocks. One is when you own a dividend stock-paying company, usually 4 times a year, sometimes once a month, they'll pay you basically money for owning a stock. You can go to youtube.com and put in dividend stocks and learn more specifics. Also, you can go to my website, booktalkwithcorbin.com, and put in there cryptocurrency or Giovanni Ritgers and Wyatt. And that's where I interviewed some brothers about dividend stocks. Now, so you make money that way. You can also, you buy a stock, and let's say after a year or so it increases in value, you sell it. Well, the difference between where you bought it from and how much you sold it for, that's a profit. That's putting money in your pocket. Those are 2 things I strongly suggest black women do. Research it first. I'm not a financial planner. I have to say that for legal reasons and ethical reasons. I'm not a financial planner. I always urge you to do your due diligence. That means do your own research. Do your research. But doing your research, reading books, articles, and applying what you learn is going to put money in your pocket. And I just want to strongly suggest you do that. Do your research. Now you may say, well, what are some good books for me to read about? Read about stocks. One of them I would say anything written by Peter Lynch. Right offhand. Anything written by Peter Lynch, get it. Learn to Earn is one I highly recommend. Secondly, again, go to my website and put in there dividend stocks or Giovanni Ritgers or I forget that other brother's name. Put in cryptocurrency and you will find people I've interviewed and they can give you more detailed information. So those are 2 assets I highly recommend that black women buy. Research and buy. Now, this is my strong opinion. Again, do your own research. But again, let me emphasize this. Do your research on those 2 assets. Dividend stocks, real estate property. Okay? Those 2 are very, very important. Hey, this is Book Talk with Corbin. I'm your host. Stay tuned. I've got more coming up. Check out my website, booktalkwithcorbin.com. I am going to be posting more and more financial literacy interviews, classes, videos, etc. Also, check out my Facebook page, Invest Now America. Invest Now America. Invest Now America.